Another peanut? Ah! Na-na-na-na-na-na. The little blanket that strange bird likes to sit on. The little blanket that strange bird likes to sit on. That would be the wooden lid of the wooden barrel, made out of wood. An empty barrel. Not a pretty sight. That looks promising. Good night, Gracie. That strange bird seems to have quieted down. He's probably accepted defeat. Or fallen asleep. Fezzes are cool. The fez is probably a delivery for the clothes shop. Stylish headgear is very popular among pirates.
Ratos. Gonzalo Mary.
Now all we have to do is get you out of there.
That's my job.
Right. How long will it take? In the meantime, I could...
What were you saying?
And that's why you should always have a reliable partner.
It was nothing, really.
Oh, I wasn't talking to you. Now let's get out of here. Get ready for the big show, critter.
Oh, hello. You're a new one.
Ta-da!
What?
Aren't you supposed to put on a big show?
Ta-da.
Good grief. I always thought djinns were godlike super magicians with healthy egos.
Oh, yeah, they're great.
But aren't you a djinn too?
Oh, well, yes, that's true, of course.
I mean, not that you aren't great. I just thought you'd be bigger.
My brothers are all bigger. They serve the most powerful rulers in the universe. Me, you know, they sent me here to practice. They said no one in this strange old world would really notice if I screwed things up.
Nate's the name, but you can call me Master Nate. What's yours?
Benjamin bin Nabil Tafik bin Ekrem Kamal bin Abbas ibn Hadshi.
I'll call you Benny. As you're a djinn, you have to grant me 3 wishes, right?
Of course, yes, sure.
But
it would be nice if, well, can we agree on 3 small wishes?
you mean if I want my own kingdom with immeasurable riches, then it's only allowed to be a small kingdom?
Yes, well, I could perhaps come up with a coin.
A coin? I'm trying to impress an elf princess. Do you really think a coin is going to blow her away?
I'm just not that good at magic.
Not that good at magic? Take 10 breaths and count deeply. All in good time, Nate. All in good time. Let's start with something easy. Open that.
Oh,
Oh?
it's not really that easy.
Not that easy?
Please don't pressure me. I don't like it when people get on my back.
Concentrate and open it. That's my wish.
All right, then. I did it! Did you see that?
The padlock. You're supposed to open the padlock.
But that's a magic padlock. I can't do that.
Benny, now.
But what if I do something wrong?
Benny, how long have we known each other?
About a minute?
And in that time, you've only disappointed me once.
Really?
Yes, I believe in you. Let it all out, Benny. It's you against the padlock.
Well, all right then.
I can explain.
The lamp belongs to me.
Oh, I'm happy to talk about it.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh?
Zomu.
I wish I could comply to your request. Really. Ah!
The Archmage claims there are hardly any opportunities for the common citizen to improve their lot. The rich stay rich, the poor stay poor. That's nonsense, of course. Have you got that?
Nonsense. Yep, got it. He pleads for more education, for the poor as well. What do you say to that?
Too complicated. My party and I have found a simpler way. From tomorrow, anyone can be a winner in life. I present the lottery.
And the winners can move from the lower town to the upper town.
The winner? Once a month, we grant one citizen from the lower town a better life in our midst. And you will report on it, Mr. Fox. The winner's new fabulous life and how I made it possible.
The winner. It's singular.
The first draw is tomorrow. I expect to see it all over the paper.
Very well, madam.
I was quite surprised when one morning suddenly the second tower appeared. The older folk remembered that it had once always been there, until one day it just disappeared. They didn't really pay much attention to it at first because the town housed the mage school. Magic stuff happens. But when it didn't return, they just forgot about it. The Archmage no longer lives alone in the tower. He has some family learning the art of magic there too. But it's difficult teaching adults magic. Their minds are less open and they're too stuck in the physical world, and they lack the imagination for magic. No, the next generation of real mages will be the young, trained by us in the school. In 10 years, the Mage Tower will be teeming with the school's finest. But I wonder how the tower managed to return unnoticed. I mean, if a tower climbs over the town walls and over the town's rooftops to get here, someone's sure to notice. For centuries, the Archmage has also been the leader of the Free Peoples, but Archmage Alistair has had this crazy idea that the people should choose their leader themselves. He says it's not good the mages are the only ones to elect the new leader. That's why we're having the election in 3 days. But if things go badly, that loathsome Van Buren will become the Alliance's new leader. A weathercock like that tells the weather with amazing accuracy. When it spins quickly, we have stormy winds coming in from different directions. When it casts a shadow, the sun is shining. When it's wet, it's raining. Or it just has. When it's all white and doesn't rotate, well, it's frozen. Like now. How could a simple piece of metal know all that? Dear, there's clever. Bill seems to be waiting for something. Hello, Bill.
Wilbur.
How's business?
Could be better.
I thought business would be booming now that the war's over.
It is. But it could be better.
Looks like your crane's ready.
Oh yes, finally I can lower goods straight down to my stall. Saves on customs duty and paying bribes to the town guard down by the gate.
Is that legal?
Not paying bribes? Dunno. But nowadays an honest trader's got to look out for number one.
Were you in the lower town today? What's the situation like?
Those loonies are taking over.
What, you mean the protesters?
More gold for everyone, they demand. They should work instead, then they'll have gold.
But isn't that the problem? They want to work, but there aren't any jobs.
There's enough work. I've offered a couple of them work.
Yes, but they'd like to be paid.
You see, so it is all about gold. You give those layabouts a little finger and they take the whole hand. And who's supposed to pay for it? The honest trader.
Then you're on the council leader's side, right? I guess you're on the council leader's side in the election.
You bet. All the traders are. She's one of us after all, even if only by marriage. Her husband, old Van Buren, was the richest trader in the region.
Was?
Been dead 2 years. Was the last Van Buren. His father and his uncle before him were full-blooded salesmen. Out of their parents' vast and powerful trading group, they made an even vaster and more powerful trading group. Van Buren knew what to do, and the widow knows too. She knows the hardships the traders suffer, and is sure to cut taxes.
Do you even pay taxes?
No, but they're too high nonetheless.
I have to be going, Bill. See you next time.
See ya.
Bill uses the crane to smuggle things down to the lower town to evade the duty at the gate. Can't imagine that's allowed. Bill uses the crane to smuggle things down to the lower... Can't imagine. The delivery dock for goods delivered by airship. Bill is one of the town's biggest merchants, and with the war over, more goods land here every day. Staple foods and the like are grown in the villages around the town. The farmers bring them to the market daily. But they can hardly produce enough. Many fields are overgrown, and there's a lack of experienced farmers, good seed, and animals. The goods landing here come from farther away, things that can't be produced locally. Judging by the size and the wood used, the barrel must contain a precious liquid. Brandy, I'd bet. The first few weeks after the war, there wasn't much to be had, but now you can buy practically anything you want, if you have enough gold. I'm not so convinced that this lottery is a good idea. Sure, it's a fine thing for the winner, but wouldn't it be a coincidence if the right person won? Presumably the names of all the inhabitants of the lower town are written on slips of paper and one of them drawn. I would imagine the council leader herself would draw the winner. She wants to show people that she can bring a better life. Hello, Bill.
Wilbur.
What do you think of the lottery?
Clever, ain't it?
What do you mean?
Well, you've got to give the rabble the feeling they could make it too, right?
Make what?
Becoming one of us. As long as everyone down there thinks their current situation is only a temporary condition on the way to fame and fortune, they leave us in peace.
But some actually do make it.
Yes, exactly, that's the spirit. Anyone can make it if they just try hard enough. Meh.
I have to be going, Bill. See you next time.
See ya.
The coat of arms of the proud town of Seastone, capital of the Alliance and largest town in all Avantasia. With the refugee camp on the outskirts of town, Seastone seems larger than ever before. Seastone was never captured during the war. The town has massive walls and stretches about 200 meters into the air like a tower. That's why they called the Great War the War of the Two Towers. Seastone against the Archwitch Motroga's Dark Tower. All of the expensive shops in Seastone are here in the upper town. This bakery makes the finest pies, the most delicious cakes, and the most amazing chocolates. Luckily, I don't have enough money to buy myself a treat every day. Otherwise, it wouldn't be too long before I no longer fit into my teacher's robe. This is torture. The bakery's closed, but the shop window displays all the things you could enjoy if it were open. The drain should lead directly to Seastone sewers. I would like to say that the sewers in this town are a true marvel of engineering skill. But in truth, the stink here in midsummer is absolutely, breathtaking. Almost every house in the upper town has a drain leading to the sewer. In the lower town, things look different. Many residents just tip their effluents into the street and trust that it will somehow make its way below. creepy. The prison. I always try to get past this window fast. Hello? Is anyone there?
You bet there is.
My name is Wilbur Weathervane. Who are you?
Wilbur Weathervane? Good alias. Call me Mr. X. My friends call me X.
X? Strange name. Still, better than Goalpost Head, I guess. Why are you locked up?
They want me out of the way. I know too much.
But they don't just lock people up for being intelligent.
They do if you know the wrong things. We're being watched.
By whom?
They are watching us.
Who are they? The wizards?
Them, the ones watching us. They're out there.
How long have you been in prison?
A few days, but I suspect they'll never let me out. I'm a political prisoner. They want to silence me. Tell everyone. The truth is out there.
Here? In Seastone?
Yes, probably.
Do you really think you'll be in there long?
They certainly won't let me go before the elections. That Van Buren wants to show her strength, and it's anybody's guess what'll happen afterwards. Either way, I'm not going to wait until some court passes judgment on me. I'll escape as soon as I have the chance.
Well then, I have to be going.
Take care of yourself, brother.
The latest edition of the Seastone Lookout, the local newspaper. Council Leader Van Buren, we are equal opportunity providers. Tomorrow morning we will present our solution to the poverty problem. We are the only ones with simple and efficient solutions to today's problems. There are loads of election posters hanging here beside the paper. Death entered the election campaign last week. His slogans are death to all and death is the solution. What's this? Hey! Archmage Alistair's a traitor. He uses the artifact of divine fate for his own purposes rather than to help everyone. And here, friends of the Archmage claim he never served in the war and he was not born in Seastone. Those are lies. The Lookout is reporting unfairly and someone has glued these fabrications about the Archmage to the wall. No wonder his lead in the polls is disappearing. The Lookout is reporting unfairly and someone has glued... No wonder... Anton Shieldhand, the town guard. If there was ever someone I wasn't going to like, it would be him. Hello, Mr. Shieldhand.
Well, I never. If it isn't little Weathervane.
Weathervane to you, Mr. Shieldhand. Professor Weathervane, to be precise.
Oh, your lordship, forgive me for not kneeling.
I see you're still the captain of the town guard.
It's captain and its only member.
Why aren't there more guards? Surely it's impossible for you to keep the peace all by yourself.
The council leader of the merchants doesn't see it that way. She handpicked me for this post. Nothing is more important than loyalty, she said.
How are things in the lower town?
Same as here, just dirtier and everything smaller.
What about the refugees?
Dunno, it's been a couple of weeks since I've been down there. From up here, looks like the tent city has stopped growing. Either there are no new refugees arriving or the place is just full.
Aren't you responsible for the lower town too?
Can hardly be expected to go down there. The place is crawling with criminals.
But...
Anyway, the anarchists have erected barricades. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't get into the tent city.
Why is the gate closed? I want to go to the lower town.
Curfew. After dark, residents of the upper town can only enter the lower town with special permission.
Who came up with that?
Council Leader Van Buren. She's worried about the well-being of the residents of the upper town.
And where do I get one of these permits?
Nowhere today. You can go to the town hall and apply for one there tomorrow.
But I'm supposed to meet Remy in the inn tonight.
Tough.
There are posters over there spreading lies about the Archmage.
So?
Those are lies. Anyone could read them. A couple might even believe them.
Nah, what can you do?
You could remove them. I would do it myself, but I don't have any water or a spatula, and it's your job.
All right then. Tomorrow. I've got way too much to do now.
So, what are you doing?
I'm guarding the town. I'm the town guard.
Looks like Bill the Merchant's crane is finally finished.
It's been 2 days. He's been transporting things up and down all day.
And you inspected the goods?
Why should I?
Isn't there a toll on transporting goods like alcohol and pipeweed and other stuff from the upper town to the lower town?
There are real crimes going on in this town. I don't even have the resources to take care of them.
Bill said something about bribing the town guard. Would you know anything about that?
That's an outrageous allegation. The town guard is not bribable.
That's good. Otherwise, you'd probably have too much gold. I mean, if no more goods go through the gate here, then no one needs to be bribed, eh?
That's right. So you're saying Bill is cheating the state of its well-earned taxes because he's smuggling goods into the lower town?
Do you want to ban him from running the crane?
No. Bill and his colleagues are very influential. Anyway, no one said anything about a ban, did they? No. I've got another idea. But how can I do it?
What do you need to do to stop the smuggling?
Someone would have to mark one of Bill's barrels of alcohol and then order it from the lower town. If the said marked barrel turns up there tonight without the tax having been paid, then we have our evidence.
You can be really clever, Mr. Shieldhand.
The only problem is, I can't leave this place. I have to guard the town, you see. But you can fulfill your civic duty and help the town guard.
Civic duty? You want me to do your job?
Not for nothing, of course. What do you want in return?
I want a pony.
Aha! So you want free access to the lower town?
No, I want a pony.
Yes, you already said that. But that's not how it works. You want to go to the lower town, I won't let you. But, coincidentally, there is something you can do for me. So we'll come to an agreement and you get...
A pony? Fine then. I want into the lower town.
Excellent. Now you help me convict Bill and I give you the key to the gate.
Okay.
Here's a piece of chalk.
Some famous knight. He's already lost both legs and his sword in battle, but his fighting spirit is unbroken. 'Tis but a scratch is chiselled into the stone above the statue. Some famous knight. The gate to the lower town is closed. According to Mr. Shieldhand, no one from the upper town is allowed into the lower town after sunset. The gate to the lower town is closed. According...
What can I do for you?
What can you tell me about golems?
Golems are powerful magical beings. They are made of clay or stone, have unbelievable strength, and can work non-stop.
Are they living beings or machines?
They are tools for mages. They do heavy physical work for them. The mage inserts a piece of paper with commands written on it in its mouth, and the golem carries out these commands.
Where can I get a golem? Or do I have to build one myself?
Golems are very rare and expensive, but their construction isn't difficult in principle.
In principle?
The body of a golem is a kind of statue of stone, clay, or other inorganic materials. In order to bring the lifeless statue to life, a spell written in magic ink must be placed in its mouth.
And nobody knows this formula.
That is not correct. I know the spell.
But how? Master Alistair! He must have sensed that I'd need a golem to help me. The body should be easy enough to build, and you know the spell, so what's the problem?
The spell must be written in magic ink. Some of the ingredients are very rare.
Piffle, I'm good at finding rare things. What's the best way to go about building a golem's body?
A golem needs a torso of stone, clay, loam, or similar. It also needs strong arms in order to carry heavy weights.
And a couple of strong legs to move around on.
Correct. The head of a golem must be made of clay and needs a mouth in which command notes can be inserted.
That means I'll have to make the head myself. Unless I just happen to find a finished golem head lying around somewhere. What ingredients are needed for this magic ink? Does it have to be brewed like a magic potion? Like, stir 3 times to the left and then 4 quick turns to the right? I hope not.
No, a simple mixing of the ingredients is sufficient. However, precise quantities are crucial.
Okay, what are the ingredients?
Exactly 2 centiliters of crocodile tears, exactly 12 drops of dragon sweat, and exactly 1 sea stone small ounces of soot.
What in the world is 12 teen? And dragon sweat? It's kind of hard to make a dragon sweat.
Correct. Dragon sweat is very rare.
I'll think of something. Can you list the ingredients for me?
No problem. You can see the list by looking at me in the inventory.
What do you mean, looking at you in the inventory?
You'll manage.
I might have some more questions for you later.
And I might answer.
I've never really been interested in magic duels, and even if I had, it wouldn't be right to attack the town guard. The open loop spell doesn't work on gates, and Shieldtown would object. I should chat with X as little as possible. They could be watching us. Done. Hello, Bill.
Wilbur.
When you're smuggling goods, aren't you worried that Mr. Shieldhand might get wise to you?
Anton, He's not exactly the brightest light in the firmament.
After all, he is the captain of the guard.
He can't tell his elbow from his arse. Van Buren will cut him off as soon as she's won the election. You don't want stupid yes men around when you're the leader. You want clever yes men. The stupid ones don't know how to keep quiet.
If your crane can reach all the way to the lower town, then you could lower me down there, right?
Certainly.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be a snag here.
No snag. You pay me 3 gold pieces and I'll lower you down. A very simple deal.
I don't have that much.
Pull the other one.
Couldn't you maybe just lower me down? Pretty please? I thought as much. Why are you telling me all this stuff? Bit about the customs, Mr. Shieldhand, the council leader.
You're one of us. You live in the upper town. You're a professor at the magic school. Hey, tell me, you must have really bled the Archmage on that one, right? I mean, as the only available qualified mage. You probably get your weight in gold every month as compensation.
Well, I get an apple, and I don't really like to talk about it much.
I understand. In the end, the others want their piece of the cake too.
You're pretty good at numbers and measurements.
I'd say.
Can you tell me how much 12-teen is?
12-teen is a forgotten number, between 12 and 13. In the past, people counted more precisely, so there were a few extra numbers. Thor and 12-teen, for example.
But I have to add exactly 12-teen drops of dragon sweat to a potion.
Oh, exactly 12-teen. Well, that's something else completely. That's what mages always write if they don't really know themselves exactly how much of something they need. They don't want to admit it, and it sounds cleverer if they say exactly 12-teen rather than it doesn't really matter. But you should know that as a mage.
Now I do. Do you sell crocodile tears?
Can order them. Be here in 3 days.
Ah, that's too late.
Oh, the fine sir wants free overnight delivery, does he?
Do you sell crocodile tears?
Can order them.
Ah.
Oh.
Do you sell dragon sweat?
Dragon sweat? That's very expensive.
I was afraid of that. But I need it badly.
I mean expensive like, I'll give you half of my kingdom and my prettiest daughter. Even you can't afford that.
Too bad. I have to be going, Bill. See you next time.
See ya.
Mr. Shieldhand?
Mr. Professor.
What's the story behind that statue?
That's the Black Knight. He serves as an inspiration for young soldiers of the town guard. He's supposed to motivate them to fight bravely to the last drop of blood.
Who was he?
No one knows. He was mangled when he was found, but he still had the lust for battle in his eyes.
I've marked a barrel of Bill's brandy.
Excellent. Then go down to the lower town and order a barrel and we'll see what happens.
You mean I no longer need a special permit?
Correct. You're now on an official mission for the town guard.
Bill's store. During the day, he sells stuff from the upper town that you can't normally get down here. Bill also built the outhouse. Remy says he's rented this entire strip along the town wall. Maybe he couldn't bear the thought of leaving his stand unattended for a few minutes a day. There's a big padlock on the door. If I didn't know who the outhouse belonged to, I'd find that a tad strange. I bet you could pick up the key from Bill for a small fee. Most traders and all the nearby farmers sell their goods at the lower town's big market. But Bill claimed this spot here as it's the only place he can sneak in the upper town contraband using his crane. Normally the town wakes at the crack of dawn. Then Bill is on the job, selling his goods until it gets dark. He works hard. But whether he'll open so early tomorrow morning, I just don't know. The barricade may keep most of his customers away. Psst! Bill!
Who's there? And what do you want?
My name is Guybrush, and I want to be a pirate. Hello? I said...
Yes, I heard you. I just can't believe you tried that old gag.
Sorry.
Who are you and what do you want?
It's me, Mr. Shieldhand. I want to talk to you about my bribe. Or lack of, to be precise.
Why do you call yourself Mr. Shieldhand?
Because I am... Anton. Anton Shieldhand is my name. And I want a bribe.
Petey, is that you? It's bloody dark down there.
Yes, it's me, Petey.
Why are you putting on a funny voice all of a sudden? You really are a crazy dog. So what can I do for my favourite errand boy?
I need a barrel of brandy for the inn.
No problem. What's the password?
What about you? Do you even know the password?
Of course, but that's hardly the point.
Should I buy my illegal goods from just anyone?
All right then, the password is marmalade.
The password is marmalade.
No, it's not. I just wanted to wind you up. Well, what's the real password?
Is it fluffy bunnies?
What? No.
Construct additional pylons?
Are you just guessing?
No.
What's the password?
Password? What password?
The secret password. I can't just offer illegal goods to anyone, especially as I don't have any.
Oh, that password. All right. The password is... I don't know the password.
Why not? Aren't you Petey? Step into the light.
Yes, I am. But I forgot the password.
Ha! That's just like you. Ask in the inn. The owner knows it.
Fine. A wooden box full of old tools. Some sort of metal clamps, a hammer, some wire. Probably Bill uses the stuff to maintain his stand. I'll take the hammer.
Vale, estaba hablando con esto muteado. Qué bien. No, no hay. Es verdad, este año no han puesto. Me estaba preguntando si los de Eurotrack iban a poner también evento especial, que también falta. Hombre, de iconos tengo este, que está en lo del plugin Better the Witch. Y hombre, al menos uno hay. Claro que si no tienes el plugin no lo vas a ver.
So this is where the crane comes down. And up there's Bill sitting on his crates.
Vale, a la pasada preguntar la contraseña.
At the moment, more people live outside the town than inside it. Most of them are refugees. There were days when the wagons were lined up nose-bag to bumper and the road was full of them as far as the eye could see. This cart's been here a long time. Strange it wasn't used for either the temporary tent city or the barricades. This is one of the entrances to the underground world of the rats. Rats represent one of the town's largest population groups. But many don't think of them as real people and they don't have many rights. Remy and the Archmage have been trying to change that for a long time, but some think that the rats entered the town illegally and consider them vermin. When Seastone was almost a ghost town at the end of the war, the rats were unable to find enough food. I helped them. We've been best friends ever since. But since Remy became head of intelligence, I don't see him as often as I used to, so he's doing a good job. Seastone has grown quite organically over the centuries. There are doors behind which there are only walls, staircases that lead to nowhere. Maybe a house was supposed to go here, but the builder changed his mind. The inn used to be here on the right, and on the left was Master Marcus's mage school. After the war, so many people came to the town that we needed a larger inn. Master Marcus was happy to sell his old mage school. Change is good, he told me.
A ver, ¿qué veo por aquí?
Usually citizens and visitors to the inn warm up by the fireplace on cold nights. Paper, wood, everything's here, except for someone looking to warm up. Usually citizens and paper.
Vale, todo aquí no desaparece, así que habrá que utilizarlo más tarde, digo yo.
Someone has put a bucket of water next to the fire pit. Security isn't normally a priority in Seastone. But with all these wooden houses, I'm glad to see an exception. The water in the bucket's frozen to ice. The first and most impressive barricade I've ever seen. The protesters took everything they could find and piled it up to make a huge wall. No one is getting through without a troll. This looks like a hatch. Hello?
Aloha.
Are you talking to the enemy?
Who are you?
My name is...
Shh! If you tell an agent of the government our real names, you'll endanger the entire organization.
What do you want to call us?
My name is John. No, Paul. Next to me is, J-Stop.
Your name is Paul? But you're a woman.
Gender is just one of the fictions indoctrinated by the patriarchal society.
Oh, really?
Vaya hombre, ¿también han llegado aquí o qué?
Did you build the barricade?
Aye, that's right.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's beautiful. But it kind of blocks the whole street, doesn't it?
We're gonna dry you lot out till you give us what we want.
But the upper town is supplied by airships.
We won't move an inch until you stand starving and freezing before us.
But we've got plenty of food. And if my rabbit sheep didn't always take my bed, I wouldn't freeze either.
I told you it doesn't work like that.
We're protesting here, and there's nothing you can do about it.
What are you protesting about then?
We're protesting against exploitation, against discrimination, against poverty, and against the destruction of the environment.
Wow, those are all important issues. What do you plan on doing?
We're already doing something.
We are demanding that things change.
We've made a petition.
And we're putting together a list of demands.
We're still working on the wording. Problems with the neutrality guidelines.
How far have you got?
Dear brothers, stroke sisters in arms, other forms of resistance are available. Fellow countrymen, countrywomen, country transsexuals, country gender nonconformists.
Getting back to the whole making a change thing.
If you want to make a difference, you can write like on a piece of paper and pass it through the hatch. Then everyone will know you support our cause.
I talked to a prisoner in the upper town. He's one of yours, isn't he?
A victim of the state's power. Our first martyr.
He's not dead yet. And if he got the cake, he'll be back with us soon.
Cake? Shh. If you're for justice and change, you'll probably be voting for Archmage Alistair, right?
The election's a joke. One corrupt politician replacing another. And behind the scenes, it's always the same people pulling the strings.
That may be true of the council leader, but the Archmage...
Big Man has got them eating out their hands.
Exactly. The magic industrial multinational that was responsible for the war.
So you're entering your own candidate?
That's pure daft. There's no point. We're doing the only thing that will lead to success. We're protesting.
Maybe I can pass on some of your demands to the Archmage and we can see what can be done.
We demand that no one in Aventuras should ever be poorer than average.
Isn't that mathematically impossible?
Not at all. If every resident got exactly the same amount of gold, then no one is poorer than the average.
But if everyone gets the same amount of gold without having to do anything for it, why would anyone bother to earn the gold in the first place?
Only someone who belongs to the rich elite could ask something like that.
I need clay to mould something. There's lots of it just outside the town. Could you please let me through?
Aye. That would really suit you, wouldn't it?
Yes.
But we're not going to let you through.
Could you maybe pass me a lump of clay through the barricade then?
What do we get in return?
Are you doing deals with the enemy?
We don't make deals with dirty capitalists.
That's more like it.
I don't want the clay for myself. I want to use it to support your cause.
How's that?
If you give me just a few handfuls of clay, I could really improve the barricade.
Really?
Sure. I can smear the clay between the boards from here and the sunlight would bake it hard as rock.
I think that sounds pretty good.
The barricade is stable enough already. The spirit of friendship built it, and the chains of suppression are holding it together.
But there are holes everywhere here, which need to be sealed. Magic could seep through the little gaps, or gas, or something like that.
Perhaps you're right. But I still don't trust you.
Everything all right in the lower town?
Couldn't be better. The fire of protest is stoking up hell. People are being drawn closer together by a common noble goal.
And because of a lack of space.
Wheesht! Why did you set up the barricade here and not at the gate? That would have given you loads of extra space.
And the inn would have been on our side too.
Our barricade is more visible this way. The elite should quake at the sight of our resolve.
I don't think they're doing that.
You're clearly trying to drive a wedge between us, Agent. See? The fat cats are trying to sabotage us. They're afraid. That's a good sign.
Have to be going.
May the protest never end.
Vale, voy a entrar a la posada a ver qué tal.
Wow! A two-headed ogre. I've heard of those. I never thought I'd actually ever see one of those in real life. Or smell it. Hello!
Little mini man.
But Blout, that's a guest. Welcome, noble sir. How can we help you?
You're a two-headed ogre, right?
Well, I am an ogre.
Me too.
So, you two are ogres.
My name is Zloth, mage, philosopher, scholar.
And bag of wind.
That is Blout, my brother. He is...
Me, Basher. Me, best things up.
Do you own the inn?
I bought it. Blout is just my employee.
Blout bought too.
Yes, but then you lost your half at poker. Now it all belongs to me.
Blout not give you his half. Blout best laugh if he tried to take away.
If you touch me, I'll have you thrown in jail.
I have heard that you buy your alcohol from Bill.
We don't have much choice. He's the only trader who'll sell us alcohol.
Expensive.
You're right there. The prices are unashamedly high.
Seastone is a big town with lots of merchants. Why is Bill the only one selling alcohol?
Since the town was virtually besieged with refugees, there's been no way for the farmers and traders from the surrounding areas to get through with their ox carts.
Right. And Bill gets his supplies by air. Just the same, there's still more than one merchant in the upper town, isn't there?
Of course. Bill trades alcohol, another trades in lamp oil, the next one in mana potions. That way they avoid competition and set any price they want.
I smashed them all.
We are upset about it.
Would you perhaps be interested in a barrel of brandy? I'm sure that Bill would deliver today.
No, thank you. We still have stock, and we have much fewer guests since the barricade was erected.
But I need a password.
The password for Bill's crane capers? If you were one of his trustworthy customers, you'd know it.
How about we try and bring down Bill and his exorbitant prices?
What are you thinking of?
Bash him?
Well, let's just say I could put the long arm of the law onto him.
Shield hand?
Tin Man.
I don't know.
The plan is absolutely Anton-proof. We're all set. I just need Bill's password and bam! We have him by his muttony legs.
And it won't be traced back to us? I really don't want to be paying even more for our alcohol in future.
It's a secret covert operation shrouded in secrecy.
Shrouded in secrecy.
He has earned it. Oh, all right then. The password is, gold won't make you happy.
Really?
Here, a bag of silver for the brandy. It will be worth it if it scuppers business for Bill and his band of ne'er-do-wells.
Thanks. Are you allowed 1 or 2 votes in the election?
One would think that as we have 2 voices, we should also have 2 votes. Unfortunately, the town council sees things differently.
And who do you want to vote for?
Archmage Alistair, of course.
Council... Mrs. Van Buren. Little woman says how it is.
Blout likes it when things are uncomplicated.
Tax down, more work for all. Seastone number 1.
But you don't buy it.
I'd also prefer it if our problems were solved quicker, but Van Buren stands for things staying as they are or regressing. Neither has ever helped.
Did someone forget that jacket on the chair over there?
Oh, it belongs to a young guest. Well, got into a fight with Mr. Shieldhand of the Town Guard and was arrested.
Hooligan! Lock up immediately!
What happened?
He was quietly drinking his beer. Shieldhand came in, recognized him as one of the protesters and wanted to search him. The young man refused, said he hadn't done anything wrong and wouldn't let anyone search him without reason.
Then bang! Trench in a lockdown!
And the jacket?
It's been hanging there ever since. We're keeping it as a deposit until he's paid for his beer.
If you're a mage, Sloth, do you know how to build golems?
I've never tried.
You have? Tried long time to build golem, just too stupid.
That's completely untrue. That was just playing around.
So, I want to build a golem and I know the right incantation. Can you help me build one?
No. I don't want anything to do with it.
Psst! Really, Burr?
Yes?
What are you whispering about? I don't like whispering behind my back.
Sloth always eavesdrop.
Do you and Blout keep many secrets from each other?
Not particularly. I just don't like it when Blout fiddles about behind my back. It usually ends in catastrophe.
Maybe you're too hard on him.
He was going to juggle with kitchen knives this afternoon. I noticed just in time.
Would have worked.
No, it wouldn't. And they are my fingers too.
Sloth tell Blout off. Sloth always annoyed.
With good reason. The pub, all this work, and on top of all that, I have to play babysitter. I lost track of time with all that ranting, and now I've missed the bakery. All your fault, Blout. Blah.
No, joder.
A bakery up by the guardhouse? I go there myself. Which bakery do you usually go to? I like the one up by the guardhouse myself.
Oh, they have those wonderful chocolates. I treat myself to one or two every night.
You see, Sloth got fat.
First of all, that's not true. And secondly, it's Flab born of frustration because I have to put up with you.
Then take care, you two. One, both.
So long.
Bye.
The jacket belongs to a protester. It has several patches and a badge pinned on the front. No one noticed. Remy looks tired. I think the election campaign and the current situation in the town are really taking their toll on him.
Sí, del icono que he puesto, sí, eso es con el plugin. El plugin este de Better the Witch.
Hello, Remy.
If it isn't the magic school's new star professor. How was your first day, Wilbur?
Please don't ask.
But I am asking. You are my friend and you look far from happy. What's wrong?
Headmaster Block is very mean to me. He gives me loads of difficult tasks.
All of which you've solved, knowing you.
Yes, but then he gives me new tasks that are even more difficult. And even if I worked through the night, I still couldn't finish them all. No one could.
Interesting and curious. If he wanted to represent you as the Archmage's bad choice, that he wouldn't have given you exercises that are clearly impossible. People would realize what kind of game was being played, and the trick would backfire. Did you notice anything else?
Yes. I surprised Headmaster Block in the staff room as he was rummaging through a desk drawer. But he was startled when I spoke to him, like I caught him doing something.
He didn't want you to see him fiddling around in his own desk drawer.
Interesting, isn't it?
At first there was the unsolvable exercises, and now the desk drawer. Something's not right.
That's what I think too. You don't look all that happy yourself. Tough day.
Tough week. I'm worried about the Archmage's safety. The situation in the town is explosive. He was heckled on the street while checking up on a field hospital down there. But it was just some wound-up idiots. I'm worried about the one assailant who has enough brains and resources and volition.
Someone? Like Headmaster Block?
Hard to imagine, but it can't be ruled out. We need more information.
The council leader was standing up by the new lottery drum, dictating tomorrow's edition of the Lookout to a reporter.
Yes, she has the Lookout under her thumb. She's a horrible piece of work. Ambitious, stubborn, and unscrupulous. A dangerous combination. Comes from a humble background, but got her feet under old Van Buren's table. Tried to persuade him to do all sorts of new business deals and start a career in politics. Many say he died so young because he finally wanted to be left in peace.
How did she end up as the Archmage's most promising challenger?
The Archmage doesn't want the most important posts in government to go automatically to the richest citizens anymore, but rather to the most competent people, chosen by the people.
And of course the nobility and the merchants don't like that one bit.
They were seething when they found out about it, but there was nothing they could do to start with. The Archmage was too popular, untouchable. But then along came Sybil Van Buren, and she had a plan. The election was to be approved and set for 1 year's time. 1 year in which she put up obstacles in the Archmage's way and sabotaged his politics in any way she could. Her only aim was to make him look bad. By the gods, how I'd load it if she succeeded.
But we will win the election, right? The Archmage, I mean.
Van Buren has used all her resources. Powerful, rich friends with important posts at the Seastone Lookout. The only newspaper left in town. Simple slogans, simple solutions, patriotism and resentment. She tells the people what they want to hear. And yet, the Archmage will win the election. Every vote for the council leader and her cronies is a vote too many. But stupidity amongst the voters has not prevailed yet.
Why doesn't the Archmage defend himself more aggressively against the council leader? Why doesn't he just tell everyone about her scheming?
He wants as many people as possible to take part in solving our problems. He doesn't want there to be two sides at each other's throats. But I don't know if it will work. People are starting to accept the conditions. They blame everyone and everything, and they don't even try to change anything anymore. I asked the Archmage about it. You know what he said? He's comfortable having things stay as they are. That's why many favor it. Progress requires effort. What kind of world would it be if there was glaring injustice and everyone put up with it just because change takes too much effort? But hey, I'm just a rat. What do I know?
So what do we do now? Keep an eye on Headmaster Block and see what happens?
So near the elections. A supporter of the council leader behaving suspiciously in the vicinity of the Archmage. No, too risky. We can't wait.
So you're going to have a look for yourself?
I'd like to, but perhaps that's precisely their plan. An officially unofficial employee of the Archmage sniffing about in the office of one of his political opponents.
Wouldn't be good if word got out. A first-rate scandal. But what about a teacher looking for a form in the staff room? A teacher who is in the school because the headmaster has given him tasks to be done.
Normally I would try to discourage you, but the Archmage is visiting the school tomorrow. If his opponents are planning something, we have to expose them tonight.
I'll do it. I'll have a look around and get back to you if I discover anything.
All right, but be careful, Wilbur.
Archmage Alistair gave me a magic slate.
That's just like him. He likes magical playthings.
That's not all. The slate advised me to build a golem to help me with my work.
A golem?
They're very strong, so it could help me with a lot of my work.
Yes, but I was thinking of something else. Think about it. We agreed the Archmage is the most powerful living wizard.
Of course.
No one could touch a hair on his head with a magical attack. But brute force, a stone to the head, a knife in the ribs.
That could be a possibility.
But now imagine that he had a bodyguard, a big chap, hard as stone.
Such as a golem, for example.
Exactly. Even a troll wouldn't get past the golem. But the best thing, golems are absolutely loyal. They simply cannot help but follow their master's commands.
And if I order it to defend the Archmage with its life?
Then that's exactly what it'll do, and no one would get past it.
That sounds fantastic.
Can you manage that? Building a golem and bringing it to life?
I'll sure try, at any rate. I'll get it to complete the headmaster's stupid tasks first, and then guard the Archmage.
The headmaster and the council leader have come up against the wrong gnome.
Then let's not waste any time. I'll build a golem bodyguard for the Archmage and have a look around the headmaster's office.
Good idea. And let me know as soon as you find anything peculiar. No heroics, Wilbur Weathervane.
I'll be careful.
I'll go back underground. I want to find out about the dark magic the Archmage has been sensing for days.
Good luck! You and Van Buren will not succeed with your plan. You may have great and powerful friends, but the Archmage has small and cleverer ones. Remy left his class. There's a mark. It says 2CL beside it. For most people, that's just a little sip. But for a rat, that's a fair amount of booze, I guess. Hopefully I can sleep in my own bed tonight. A bed here at the inn would overtax the contents of my wallet. Master Marcus and Bill eventually had enough of this strange role-playing apparatus. I thought Master Marcus had outgrown his love of fantasy worlds, but now there's live role-play. I'm worried about him. Eventually he might spend all of his time in his fantasy role-play world of bicycles, tax returns, microwaves and branded soft drinks and forget the real world entirely. The thing makes a good fireplace, and the boar's head from the old inn looks good there too. I must say that overall I really like this pub. I hope that in a few days I can celebrate the election victory here with Remy and the Archmage. Swinging Seastone, the town that never sleeps. This postcard was clearly sent before the war. Even the Mage School Tower is in its proper place.
Ah, mira, este es el fallo que tiene de la traducción. Que no se ve el mapa. O sea, que esto tendrá que retocarlo, como decían en los foros de Steam. Pero claro, esta postal lo que hace es abrir un mapa. Un mapa que no se ve. Claro, lo malo, bueno. Creo que voy a cortar por aquí. No hay mucho tiempo, voy a quedarme un poco más, pero bueno. Si no, me parece a mí que va a terminar el mes y no voy a terminar esa aventura gráfica. Si no recuerdo mal, son 5 capítulos y todavía no he terminado ni el primero. Pero claro. Aquí hay que empezar a modificar archivos del juego. Así que lo dejaré ya para mañana. Pues nada, a los que estéis por ahí por el chat, lo dicho, nos vemos otro día. Hasta luego.